wanted to go into obviously tonight's game. I covered all the college games in my last video, and this one is more straightforward. If you watch my last video, I went into metrics and the against the spread metric, and how it essentially never holds for an entire year. If a team, for example, Broncos, have yet to cover a spread this year. So when things like that happen, obviously, it makes me like them more. So, right off the bat, the spread looks about right, to be honest. The Chiefs should be about 10-point favorites against this Bronco team. And that being said, you see they got Kelce as questionable. He might play, not sure. But I think the Chiefs are definitely winning this game. But because of the metric, because of the fact that it's a primetime game with the Broncos and Chiefs, as bad as the Broncos are, Russell Wilson still has been pretty good this year. I think they're going to have them surprise the Chiefs. Not win the game, but at least hang. So, that being said, I do like the Broncos with the 10.5. That's going to be for 2 units. It's going to be a leg 2. And the play I like more, I might have even talked about it already, is I love the under here. The Broncos went under, I want to say every game but 3 or 4 last year. They went under a lot. And this year they've only gone under once. They're 4-1 on the over. And I've noticed they do that with teams. They'll have a team start off one year where they cover a bunch of spreads, the next year they don't. Or one year they're going over all year, the next year they're going under all year. So you can see it says the Broncos are on their 6th interim head coach. And I think they're going to definitely have issues with Sean Payton and Russell. Like I said, they seem to be having every coach that's not Dion just come out looking like an asshole or a complete incompetent fool. And they've been doing it for a while. So I don't think that changes here. I think we're going to get the same thing. So it's nothing crazy. Like I said, it's just something that, as far as the spreads, it works very, very well. So I think we're going to get back to hitting a bunch of primetime games. We've been missing the last several, actually, so it'd be nice to get this one back. I looked at the spread and thought about Chiefs covering because it's a 10.5. But then if you remember, you have the Dolphins who are getting 14 against the Panthers. This week alone, we have that. Dolphins getting 14. We got the Giants playing I forget who the Giants are playing, but they're getting 14. The Giants just got 14 against the Dolphins last week. So it's not like it's a crazy spread. This team just lost to the Jets. The way I look at it, they just lost to the Jets and Zach Wilson. It's another reason I love the under. They played the Jets and Zach Wilson. Over-under was set around 44. And this one, where they're playing Mahomes, a much, much better quarterback who's obviously going to score more points, is only 3 points higher, which makes me think people are going to pound that over. That's why I like the under for 4 units as a leg 3. So, again, the two plays are the under 47, I think it's 47.5, and the Broncos plus 10.5. And I think we're going to get some early indications in this game as far as some rivalries and things of that nature. You see the streak I was talking about before, how they keep talking about this team has such a streak at home or this team has a streak against this team. In this case, it's the Chiefs with the Arrowhead streak, 15-game streak. What's interesting is it's a 15-game streak, and I think it's going to go to 16, but obviously both teams would move to 5-1 and 1-5. Mahomes' number is 15, and the spread's 10.5. So you guys can do whatever you want with that. I find that interesting that we have all those 15s in there. To me, it probably just favors Mahomes, but even their little calculator here is 15% for the Broncos. But I think, I don't think it's anything crazy. I think it's more of a rivalry match, where we're actually going to see maybe the Broncos doing some inventive plays, trying to get after Mahomes. Their defense has been terrible this year. Again, last year they went under almost every game because of their defense. And this year they're going over almost every game. So, for that reason, I like the under. I like the under a little more than the cover, just because. Also, I think it's a suspicious line, to be quite honest. The cover, I think the spread's about right, but the underline being at 40, what was it again? 47 and a half. I just feel like after that Jets game, people are going to be slamming this over. It'll be very, very interesting to see what Kelce does. Obviously, if he even plays, they're so slick with the injuries, pulling guys out at the last minute. But I do find it interesting that Swift doesn't show up at a game, and the guy seemed to get tripped up by the ghost of Taylor Swift. He's just running a route and falls down. Came back, did pretty good, but we'll have to see how it affects him this week. We might see like a Lions repeat where it's Kelce's not 100%. There's not much they can do. This is what I was talking about when I said I believe the Chiefs make the only sense now to play the Niners, because you have Mahomes, who is Superman, and his only guy really is Kelce. So with Kelce being hurt throughout the year, it'll be interesting to see how they spin that. So there's nothing crazy about this game. It's a Thursday night game, Prime Video. These games are never too exciting or anything, but I do think that they're going to rejuvenate Russ a little bit, and I think we're going to see some kind of shouting match between him and Sean Payton. They've made that really obvious this year. And again, now he's going up against Kansas City and Mahomes. Again, like two coaches a coach that's about the opposite of Peyton. And I genuinely think they're doing it for Dion. I think Dion's going to come out and have this coaching clinic tomorrow, look amazing. And it just makes sense that they're making some of these coaches look like such doofuses, because essentially they're going to have Dion and his coaching tree running around and showing the difference between Dion and these guys. They're doing it with Miami's coach, McDaniel, kind of showing him as like a Dion-like guy. And you see his team's doing well. So you can already see the coaches that they're kind of calling Dion-like guys, like their player coaches. Obviously, I don't think he ever played the game. But they just do a good job of appealing to their players. There's nothing too much about this one. I genuinely believe we're going to get a pretty low-scoring game, so I like that under. And like I said, I'm going to take the Broncos with the 10.5. You could always take them for upset value. I just don't see it. I think we're going to wind up getting a 4 to 7 point game, something like that. I don't think we're going to get a Broncos win. Of course, it could always happen, but I'll be taking the points to be safe. So again, it's Broncos 10.5. That's going to be 2 units as a leg 2. And the under 47.5 is going to be for 4 units on a leg 3. And then, of course, I'll have the rest of the schedule up. I just wanted to get this out since it's out tonight. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.